with Trevor Lawrence done, is he the next one, and will it be anytime soon?
I thought it was going to be done by the end of the spring. As a matter of fact, we had a me versus Ian, which whatever it is, I usually win. But a me versus Ian segment where it was like, which quarterback is going to be the next to get a deal done, Tua or Trevor? And I actually went first. I had first dibs, and I took Tua. So he beat me. Not because he knows anything better, but just because he got lucky. So I thought it was going to be done by the end of the spring. I also, to me, the number, and it's not just me, but I'm based on conversations I had, the number was going to be below Joe Burrow for Tua, because this is a guy who, he wants what's fair, and he's got a lot of pride, but he's also not the kind of guy to be pushing for every last penny, especially when, just a short while ago, he was considering retirement, right? So, the difference between 55 and 53 million a year probably seems negligible for that kind of guy, because it's all gravy at this point. Once you get to that point where you go, you know what, should I not be doing this? Yeah, I think I could do this. I have enough faith in myself to stay healthy, which he's done. And if he's got to prove it again, that's only going to make the price go up next year for him. It might get to a point where he goes, yeah, I'm not going to fight for every penny. I want what's fair, but I also want us to remain competitive. All the other reasons why you wouldn't necessarily take top dollar. But you keep pushing a guy, no matter who he is, no matter how fair he is, no matter how grateful he is. He may say, you know what, I want top dollar now. You had your chance. So we'll see.
Talking to Mike Garafolo here from NFL Network, and that's the point I have always tried to make, and it's the one I made last week as well with the Trevor Lawrence contract, is that it's better to sign your guy now, especially a quarterback, than it is to sign him later, because the cost is only going to go up, the market's only going to go up, the cap is only going to go up, and if you think your guy is the guy, then lock in and do your deal for that guy now. But something, Mike, in my gut tells me that there is something bigger at play here in Miami, and that is, I guess, organizationally, I feel like this season there's a little bit more on the line. Like, can this super fun, sexy, fast sports car that runs really well in September, can it run well in January? Does it need snow tires? Can it operate? Can they win a playoff game collectively? Can this unit, can this offense that is so amazing actually be productive? And is anything in this Tua negotiation, is that holding this up at all? Like, might they just be inclined, we'll give you 23 this year on the fifth-year option, and if we got to tag you next year, so be it, because we're not totally convinced?
Well, they've been talking. They continue to talk. And they will talk, from my understanding. So it's not to that point yet, Andrew, and I haven't sensed that they're getting close to that point. And this could go up to week one if you wanted to. Both parties, both sides, indicated that they wanted this thing done early, which is why I thought, it would be quick and easy. And again, I thought he would be willing to come in under Burrow, which would, make sense for it to get done quickly and early in the spring, and then it didn't. So now you're at the point now where you've got to figure out if you want to get to that point where you're up against training camp or up against the start of the season, or do you want to just dig in and get this thing done in the dead time between now and the start of training camp so that it's behind you and this is not a topic of conversation during training camp? I would think you'd want that done. Trevor set the bar. Listen, I go back to what you just said, because there is another quarterback situation that's actually, to me, more interesting.
Dallas.
And it's Jordan Love.
Oh, that one.
Not to say the two isn't interesting, but Love is interesting because that's the one where if you don't pay him now, the price could be exponentially higher. But also, and I'm not saying that I'm out on him, but he doesn't have a long track record.
Nope.
Right? I mean, it's only been the one full season now. And I keep saying this every time I am on air and I read or say that Jordan Love was second in the NFL in touchdown passes, I got to go back and check it. I'm like, is that right? He was second in the NFL in touchdown passes last year, and he played really well. He played really well in the postseason. He showed you the makings of a guy that they thought he was and hoped he would be, and the reason that they drafted him and groomed him the way that he did. So, you could get him. He may actually wind up crossing Burrow and Lawrence. And you may say, how is that guy now the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Well, because of what you said, you wait on him, it could go even higher. So that, to me, is the one I want to see how that works out. I believe it's going to get done. I believe he gets an extension. this summer. And I believe it could be it for a really big number.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.